raw and real ones out there. What's up, my peeps? Post-fight video, Canelo and Charlo. The fight was a decent fight, but it could have been better. I mean, I felt like Charlo didn't fight his fight. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I didn't see the dog that night that I'm normally used to seeing. He gave Canelo way too much respect early on. And if you noticed in the first round, they both really wasn't throwing no punches. But what happened was he didn't feel nothing from Charlo. So Canelo took over and dictated the pace throughout the fight. Charlo couldn't keep Canelo on his... He couldn't push Canelo back. He wasn't trying to push back, and he's the one moving back by being a taller fighter with the longer reach. When you're supposed to, using your stick, pushing the little man back. And he didn't throw enough variations of punches, man. All he was doing was 1-2, 1-2, head hunting. It was really no body shots. It was really no uppercuts. All the things you're supposed to do to a smaller fighter coming in, he didn't do. And I don't know, and I was going to blame it on he tasted Canelo's power, but I thought about the first round. They both wasn't throwing punches. He was apprehensive. It's just like he fought a safe fight to say he went the distance. I mean, he got the moral victory saying he didn't get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? And that's something guys in Canelo's weight class wasn't able to do. The Saunders, the Plants. So, I mean, I just feel Jamel, he could have did more, man. He could have did more. Derrick James was telling him that he was losing. You know what I'm saying? He could have definitely did more, in my opinion. But now the question asked. Now, once he goes back down to 54, will taking off all that muscle and draining itself back down, would this be another Tarver Roy Jones situation? Like when Roy blew up the heavyweight to get the belt from Ruiz and then went back down and fought Tarver? We all know what happened in that situation. Because I don't believe once you go up so high, you should come back down because it's not good, it's not healthy. Because you're draining yourself, you're depleting yourself. But he still has belts to defend at 54. But how will this affect him defending those belts at 54? When you're taking off all that muscle. And that's what got Roy Jones slept. So there's a lot of questions looming from this fight, man. Also, the fact that seeing what Canelo did to Charlo, and he moved up 2 weight classes. And just like I was trying to tell you guys earlier in the other video, now you think Crawford is really ready for that. Like I was trying to tell y'all, carrying that weight is something different. Something different. And he was using all this lateral movement without throwing punches. You can move and stay away and all that, all you want, but that's not going to win you the rounds. You trying to win the fight. You trying to win the rounds. You trying to put some points in the bag. You trying to win the fight. That's good if some shit was coming back. If you was throwing some punches back, that's good. Getting out the way, pop, 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 sidestepping, you know what I'm saying, and all that. That's good. That's real good if you trying to win the fight. But like I said, it looked like he was mostly in survival mode. It ain't like he came to win. You know, He threw some shots out. You know, he caught Canelo a few times. And there's a few times he caught Canelo and hurt him, but I don't think he recognized he hurt him. Because as soon as he hurt him, Canelo grabbed him. They hugged up both times. So Charlo couldn't see that he was hurt. But he stood Canelo stiff a few times. But what good is that if you're not going to follow up on it? You can't just sit back and admire your work. You got to get in there and get with it. And I think if he would have knew he hurt, he probably would have did a better job. But in order to take Canelo's power from him, he needed to go to the body, in which he didn't do that. So, I mean, all in all, it was a good experience for him. I mean, he took some shots from a banger. He took some hellacious body shots. Because that motherfucking that left hook to the body, that bitch was sounding like a bass drum when he was hitting his ass. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's dangerous. It was a good money grab, though. He got out safe. He got out unscathed. He felt that power, though. But in all, this was a gauge fight. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see Jamal fight Canelo, since he's the bigger of the two. And he probably would have been a little more active because he ain't coming up 2 weight classes. So I think that probably would have been a better fight if his mental issues and everything was on point. But, I mean, who knows? It might happen down the future. But this was I was trying to tell you Crawford fans. His weight classes for a difference. Y'all letting this Spence fight geek this man up thinking he can really do something with old boy. You got to take that shit for 12 rounds like I was trying to tell y'all ass. And the 7th, he dropped Charlo. So how you think Crawford gonna do by coming up 3 weight classes if he came up 2? It's a different beast up there, man. And you ain't just fighting no regular 168-pounder. You fighting Canelo. Canelo was getting fatigued. But the only difference in Charlo and Crawford is Crawford is not going to be gun shy. Now, it can work to his advantage, and it can work to his disadvantage. Because he can get in there and get caught and trade with Canelo and get caught and go to sleep. But then he also can get in there and trade with Canelo and make Canelo make some mistakes and point him out each round. But I just don't think coming from 147 to 68, he had the power to hurt Canelo. But the thing about Charlo, he gave him way too much respect too early. They both gave each other a lot of respect in the first round. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was throwing punches. They just trying to peep angles and see how the person coming, and nobody wanted to make a mistake. But once you understand how the fight game go, you have to take the belt from the champion. And Charlo didn't remotely do that at all. He didn't go after Canelo. He was fighting like he was the champion and Canelo was coming to take his title. To beat Canelo, you got to do exactly what Holyfield did to Tyson. You got to keep that motherfucker on his back foot like Bevel did. Keep his back against the ropes like Bevel did. Unless you got the skills of a Mayweather and you can make him miss and make him pay. You got to do 2 things with Canelo. Keep him on his back foot, take the power away from him. Or like Mayweather, make him miss, make him pay. Make him make mistakes, make him pay. And as far as the Mayweather scenario goes, everybody's not going to be able to make him miss and make him pay, because when he fought Mayweather, he wasn't as ring savvy and his IQ wasn't up there as to the point where it is now. So the other alternative is you would have to keep him on his back foot, and you got to give him something to respect. If you don't give him nothing to respect, he going to keep stalking you like he do. And the question is, if Crawford do decide to take that bait, can he hurt him with something significant to make him be like, oh, okay? Or will he fall victim to the same shit Jamel fell victim to? But I doubt it, because Crawford not that type of fighter. But all in all, it was a decent fight, good fight. I wanted Charlo to shock the world, but he shocked me. So it's like, wow, I thought he was going to put up a better performance than that. And all Canelo doing was doing what he do. Hit the arms, try to break you down, go to the body, because Charlo gave him nothing to respect. And the times he did, in my opinion, froze Canelo 2 times, he didn't even know he had him froze. So, I don't know, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think. You know I'm going to always keep it raw and real. Please share your comments. Let me see what y'all talking about on this one. Peace. Raw and real.